The next thing that we have to do is, once we have created our employee change notifier, which extends the change notifier, right? So we need to implement it. So let's go back to the main.dat file, and currently we are using a provider. So we need to change this. This can just provide a single provider, but we need to we will make use of a change or a proxy provider, change notifier proxy provider over here. So what we will do is we will convert this one to the multi provider over here, and it has an option to provider. The change multi provider provides a it requires a child. It requires a list of the provider, and the we can also pass the child over here. Child we already have, and here what we will do is we will provide the provider, and this takes a list of the provider, right? So I can just remove this post for now. And once we have the multi provider, inside this we can create a multiple provider. So first we will create a change notifier, change notifier proxy provider, I think change notifier proxy provider. So this will require, and we need to provide create and the update. So create option is to create our change notifier, which will be of employee notifier, employee change notifier. So this takes the context, right? So context, if you go it you can see over here change required, it requires a function of the build context. So then it will return us the employee change notifier, right? So that is the one, and this requires us the function of the build context dynamic and the change notifier itself. So it requires a 3 parameters. So you want the context, and we have to provide the db, and that is app db, and the notifier, right? A notifier notifier. So the notifier itself is this particular employee change notifier. Here we can actually pass in the type over here, that will be require a app db over here, and also the second type we will require the employee change notifier. So if you see the type it requires, you can pass in the 2 type over here. One is the app db, and another one is the employee change notifier. So once we have that, we get the context, and then we can have a return over here. So what we want to return from here is we have to return our notifier, which is the employee change notifier, right? This is the employee change notifier. Once we have, we will call our init function to initialize the db. So this should not be null. Here we are calling this particular function, and once we have this initialize the app db, we will just get our employee list of employee detail. So I can just go and call from here like dot and get the employee, let's say, of future. So that will dynamically create our change notifier, and also call the init db and provide us the db, and also call the get employee future. So if you run your app particularly now, then you should probably get an error, because you have added a new provider, right? And also that I think you guess what is we are missing over here. So currently just try to run and try to see that what is the error that you will get over here, and try it if you can fix it. So let's try to run our application over here. And if you take a look on the home screen, right? So we are calling where is that one? I think we have to go to the future, and we are using of the to get the employee, right? And the app db. So app db we are not currently creating it. So let's go to over here, and we need to create a provider that's value. So we just need to provide a single value over here. That takes that's a single value, and we'll provide a app db over here. And this app db doesn't require like any of it doesn't require anything to in the parameter, right? So we are not going to pass in any of the like it doesn't have a constructor parameter or any other thing like we have to set it up. So we'll just use a simple provider over here. This is also another change notifier. So if you are extending particularly a change notifier, then we have to make use of the change notifier proxy provider. Now we have provided the app DB over here. It should be able to get the DB creation over here. And then we'll just try to reboot our application, and then you can see that we got our employee over here. So if you want to go to employee detail, and if you want to add it, right, so let's say a demo2, let's give a username of something like a demo2, and then the username demo2 and last name as a test2, and let's give some date of birth over here. So select a random date and just save it. So we got a new employee created. So everything is working fine over here, and we have created a multi-provider and provided two different provider over here. One is a simple provider that provides the instance of the app DB, and then we have a change notifier that is actually calling this particular function, but we are actually not using it currently in our if you go to the future, we are not calling that particular function. So I will leave it to you, give you as assignment. Hopefully you will know how we can actually call that particular function that is inside our change notifier. Try to do it, and if cannot, we'll meet up in a next video. Till then, have a great day.